All right, I know your goal is to learn Spanish, but let's just do a thought experiment here and let's pretend that your goal was to play an entire song on the guitar. And your method of doing so was learning some of the guitar chords, how to actually hold the guitar, etc. And also watching people who already know how to play the guitar give you some tips and tricks on social media. If that was your only way of going about learning how to play an entire song, you would end up crying in a corner with your guitar and probably smashing it to pieces. And it's the same thing with Spanish, the exact same thing. So if your goal is to have an entire free flowing conversation in Spanish, similar to playing an entire song, and your method is to learn some of the words and phrases and watch some tips and tricks on social media, you're going to end up in the same boat. You're going to end up frustrated, maybe smashing your phone. And I'm not saying that you can't watch videos. I did the same thing. I'm not saying that you can't learn some words and phrases. Of course, you're going to have to memorize words and phrases. But my whole point is, if you're in a conversation, it's not just going to be canned phrases of ¿Cómo estás? Disculpa. You're going to actually have to know how to put a sentence together from scratch. And that requires a lot more than just these two methods, which is what most people are doing. So if you want to put a whole conversation together, if you want to be able to respond to any question, if you want to be able to respond to any statement, you're going to have to actually understand how the language works. So you have to ask yourself, is what you're currently doing actually showing you how the language works so that you can put a sentence together? If not, then it might be time to revisit your strategy.